Hello guys, welcome to my review of Invincible, Season 3, Episode 4. So, basically we kind of focus on Mark and the father. But, the first 20 minutes is about Mark and him going to the future, once again. Because people who he thought were a threat in, like, a previous episode end up actually not being a threat, I guess. They kind of start off with, like, these two, and then they end up trying to have a normal life where they want to cook a meal. And it's just funny that I was cooking a meal at the same time when I was watching, this episode, and she kind of hates that she has to fight instead of trying to have a normal life. Because at the end of the day, like I said in the previous episode, she didn't really get a chance to have a normal life, and she's actually trying to do it now. But at the end of the day, she's never gonna get a chance to, because if she's a superhero, she's always gonna have to do something if she actually has the power to. Yeah, that's kind of all we really get with these characters in the beginning. They have a nice little chat, and I wouldn't even. I'd be fine with them actually at some point from just a friendship out, but actually having a relationship, and it could actually just be something actual, honest. Yeah. Yeah, instead of him cheating and stuff like he normally does, because he just gets squashed by her if he does that to her. But yeah, I guess he kind of tells him about how he's getting spied on and stuff, and then he just instantly thinks it's you know the person that betrayed him recently. But he ends up not being, and still has that gadget to like stop him anyway. And he at least lets Invincible go after finding out that it's not him who's spying on him. Well, because they basically are spying on him, but in a more discreet way, where this person's literally just going fully to his window and watching him and knowing everything about his life. And then I think he tells her to. Yeah. And then these guys come back. Invincible just wants to arrest him and stuff. But they're just basically saying that they're from the future. They're not the bad guys. They did what they did to save their world. And when Mark doesn't really want to go with him and he's on a date with Eve, he just gets dragged. Yeah. And now he's in the world. He also ends up seeing himself depressed, which is something that happens in the future. I'll just say in this episode, you know. Like, he was like, "What's that about?" And they just say, "Especially you don't know," but you eventually will know. Then you see that the villain of this world is immortal, because basically Mark left him in charge of the world, but since he's lived for so long, like so many people around him have just died. He's even forgot flipping Kate, who he's getting married to in the current timeline. Like, he's just had so many people just die that he cared about. He's just basically become mad and just let this world fall apart. Yeah, he's just lost his mind. So Mark has to, basically take him on, even though he really just wants to flipping die, but Mark won't do it because he doesn't want to have to do something like that again, because he was traumatized for what he had to do at the end of season 2, even though he felt like he had to, but he still felt one doing it. Yeah. And I guess he just blames him for giving him that responsibility, and that he just wants to die. And that's pretty much the point of this part. And this probably is going to be avoidable, and how Mark doesn't have to eventually kill him. Because at the end of the day, if things can change, he basically would have never killed him. It's just, when you think about stuff like that, like, because he basically rips off his head to stop him, and then the world basically is saved. But he had to do something bad to be able to achieve that. Also, the other thing they stole, they don't even really address that, but the main point of this episode is what Mark has to do to stop someone. He had to do the same twice again, like he did at the end of season 2. And now he realizes, why his other self was depressed, because he had to do something he's already had to do before and hated it. And that's a true human right there, feeling bad for having to kill people instead of just killing people and not really caring. Like Omni-Man and his purple son, Omni-Boy. And Ben Affleck's Batman, I have to say, because that's not Batman to me. And yeah, she's just there for him, telling him that that doesn't have to be the actual you. It can always be changed. And the same with her when Max saw her future self. Yeah, and they end up just going on a date around the world. Just they're happy together, and then the rest of the episode is about Omni Man and the yellow guy. Whoa, I just don't like Seth Rogen, but his actual character's he's cool. Yeah, I've just accepted who's playing him at this point, and I'm just trying to not dislike Seth Rogen so much because in his early days he was likable. I did watch his stuff. It's just when he has full control, it's just I just don't like him. So when he's actually in a good role, I just have to like him. I mean, I rewatched Kung Fu Panda. He was in that, and he wasn't a bad character. He was actually funny. So yeah, Seth Rogen, he's cool when he's just not in full control. And that can be said for many people like Scott Gimple. He destroyed The Walking Dead when he got full control. And even though like the earlier seasons he did was just like peak TV, but then like his late seasons were like some of the worst TV you can see. Just killing off characters, just winning the story, awful writing. Yeah. So yeah, when someone doesn't have full control, I feel like they can actually still be likable. And yeah, just seeing him trying his best to get Omni-Man out of jail, give him motivation. Because at the end of the day, he misses, like he said, he misses his wife, but he feels like it's best if he just stays here so he doesn't get him hurt or anything. Yeah. But they've been trying to execute this guy for like a long time, but they just can't do it. Like he's that powerful because these guards are just stupid. But the real executioners are coming. Omni Man's kind of coming, and they're basically come. They're gonna come to kill Omni Man and see if they don't forget to kill him too, which they actually can. Yeah, and he could just escape anytime he wants. He has the power to. And then they finally come to kill Omni Man, but he's gonna do everything he can to help him, even free prisoners. That one of them ends up trying to fight him. Yeah. It's just funny that those laser guns actually hurt him this whole time. They can just use those. Yeah. They probably would be a slow death. Yeah, and they get so close to killing him, but he makes it just in time. And yeah, this guy is just so rapid. Like, if you're not really giving him what he wants, he's just gonna kill you. Just seems like he just fights for the fight. It seems like they're gonna do a lot with him in the other storyline coming up, which I've seen in the comics. And yeah, Omni Man and this guy has to team up to be able to defeat this guy. Just this one guy. It's just funny at the end that they say that they might actually have a chance if they recruit 50 more of his kind that actually have basically souls, not just heartless murderers. Because deep down, I guess Omni Man wasn't heartless. Yeah, for him to care about this guy, he was just not giving up on him. It's slowly awakening, like the part of him that's been asleep for a bit. Because there's a reason why, he liked his family, but he probably still cared about his duty as well. But they're able to defeat him, destroy his face, he gets obliterated, and then the other one's still fighting the other guy. Probably it's obvious with how that ends, but yeah. So possibly they end up going back to Earth now. See Mark and his other son and wife, even though the wife's kind of moved on at this point, and out of all of them, she's not really going to be that happy to see him. Yeah. But another great episode. It's a great season so far. Hope everyone's enjoying it. I know one of my followers is enjoying it, but yeah. It's a good season so far. It's awesome. It's not cringe or anything. No disgusting humor like The Boys. Because season 3 was just and then there's still some of it in season 4, but since they actually decided to actually tell a better story this time, yeah, I enjoyed season 4 over the because I guess a lot of people didn't like season 4, but I liked it because I actually care about story. Yeah. Season 3 just had so much gross humor, moments where the story was really good, but mostly just gross humor. But yeah, I'm enjoying the show. Hope you guys are too. Sure you can leave a like. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.